From openly flouting COVID protocols and not wearing a mask to literally asking people to take medicines that aren't even approved by the government, Novak Djokovic has done some outrageous things. And he's trying to do something else that's outrageous. But this time, it's actually a good thing. He's chasing the Margaret Court record. Novak has the same number of career Grand Slams as Rafael Nadal. But as the winner of the Australian Open, Novak Djokovic now has bigger goals, like breaking Margaret Court's untouchable 50-year-old record. You heard that right. By beating the Greek star Stefanos in straight sets and winning his record-setting 10th Australian Open title, Djokovic tied Nadal with 22 Grand Slams. He's come a long way for sure. But since the great Spanish player is having to deal with injuries to keep playing, the Serbian star is now on track to become the best male player in the Open era, and deservedly so. Djokovic doesn't want to just be tied for the best male player of all time. First, he wants to beat Serena Williams' record 23 career slam titles to become the best player of any gender in the Open era. And that is very much possible very soon. Then, he has his sights set on the Australian superstar, Margaret Court. She's got 24 career singles titles. In 1973, she broke a record that had been unbreakable for 50 years when she won all those titles. When asked if he thought he could beat Court and move on, Djokovic said, "Of course, I want to win as many Grand Slams as possible." Novak knows that at this point in his career, these trophies are the thing that keeps him competing. He still does have a lot of drive. Let's see just how far he can go with this. And he sure doesn't want to stop here at all. Like he said, "I have no plans to stay here." And I don't think any of us want the Serb to stop either. The only thing that could stop him is any major injury. Speaking of, fans got a glimpse of what could happen if Djokovic got injured. When he suffered a hamstring injury, Goran Ivanisevic, Djokovic's coach, talked about how bad his hamstring injury was during the tournament, and how brave the Serbian was to not only keep playing, but also winning the Open. To put things as straight and simple for the fans, the coach laid out the situation. He said that he won't say all, but when majority players get injured, they get the MRI results on Saturday, and right after that, they go straight to the referee's office and drop out of the tournament. Not him though, he comes from somewhere else. His brain works differently. The Serbian has the mentality of an athlete unlike any other. He gave it all. Every day he'd go through 77 treatments, and that consistency of treatments got him a little bit better every day. The coach said that he himself wasn't ready for this and was shocked, to be honest. But the tennis player himself wasn't shocked. He knows he's capable of this. Ivanisevic thinks the father of two can play for at least 2 or 3 more years because of the way he operated. He eats well and trains so hard that he seems to never age. The 35-year-old said that his performance at the 2023 Open was in the top 2 or 3 of his career. Despite playing with a hamstring injury for half the tournament, the man doesn't put any limits on himself. He said he's very happy with his tennis. The 22-time Grand Slam winner said that he knows when he's physically and mentally in good shape, he has a chance to win any slam against anyone. He's optimistic about the future. Even he can't say for sure how many more years he'll play or how many more slams he'll take part in. Several things affect it. It's not just up to his body. There are a few things we all know that Djokovic holds close to him. Those are his family and the close ones to him. From his perspective, it's very important to him to have the love and support of his close friends and family to continue to keep playing, and also to be able to keep his private life in balance. But at the same time, he does have the mental clarity, or how should I put it, the aspirations to really work hard to get these trophies. He does admit that 35 isn't the same as 25. Time isn't on his side, but only good fitness can keep him going. But some fellow legends are definitely cheering him on. Nadal and Roger congratulated him. After Djokovic's historic win, both Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer took the time to congratulate him. Federer, who Djokovic made a point of shooting out after his semifinal win over Tommy Paul, went on Instagram to congratulate the Serb. Again, incredible work. Congratulations, the famous Swiss person said on his Instagram story.
my God!
Nadal also used social media to congratulate Djokovic on his latest Grand Slam win. He congratulated the 35-year-old and his team and encouraged them to enjoy the moment. After knocking out injured Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz off the top spot, Djokovic returned to the top for a record-setting 374th week. This makes him the longest-serving world number one in history. The father of two is also the only man since Rod Laver in 1969 to hold all 4 Grand Slam singles titles at the same time. He's also the only man to win the non-calendar year Grand Slam on 3 different surfaces. That's the best part about the Serb. He's good on all types of surfaces. And Margaret Court's record isn't the only record the 35-year-old is behind. Who knows? He might even take another record to his name. It's the biggest of them all, the record for the most men's singles titles in tennis. Djokovic is now just above Rafael Nadal for the 3rd most men's singles titles in the Open era, behind only Jimmy Connors, who leads with 109 titles at the top of the charts. Behind him is fan favorite Roger Federer with 103 titles, and Ivan Lendl with 94 titles to his name. Federer was trying to beat Connors' long-standing record of 109 titles before he had to retire last year because of a knee injury. We know Federer and the Serb have had a long-standing rivalry, but even I'm sure the Swiss would want Djokovic to break his record. There's some strong camaraderie and sportsmanship between both athletes. Now, we fans will see Djokovic try to beat the mark in the next few years. But there's another record that might be broken soon: the most ATP final wins. Novak Djokovic last year participated in his 15th edition of the ATP Finals. The 6-time winner of the tournament has won a match in every edition of the ATP Finals he's participated in, except the one he debuted in. The Serb failed to even win a match in the 2007 edition, facing losses to David Ferrer, Richard Gasquet, and Rafael Nadal. And now look how the tables turn. He's currently on a 14-year streak of winning at least a match in the ATP Finals. Only one player holds the record of winning a match in more ATP Finals, and that, as you guessed right, is Roger Federer. The 41-year-old holds a streak of 17 years. This means that the 35-year-old needs to win a match for at least 3 more years. As of now, Djokovic seems to be going strong into the latter years of his prime and hopes to at least tie Federer's record of 17 ATP Finals wins. He isn't the only one that hopes for this to happen. And that's all from me about how the Serbian plans on breaking the greatest tennis record.
I cannot say I'm sorry that you haven't watched the longer match.
You know, I've been coming to Dubai for many years, and
it nurtures the culture of sport and tennis as well, of course.
So it contributed a lot to the player I am today, to figuring out, you know, how I can turn